Hello everybody and welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews. Before we start the review today, I just want to talk to you guys about, long story short, basically, me and my brother have collected a large library of games on my PlayStation 4, so I can pretty much play any game PlayStation 4 accessible, or I could even buy the game, not to flex or anything. But basically, I'm asking you guys, what game would you guys like to see me review? Old game, new game, um, any type of game I play, indie games or anything really. Just let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks. Now, for the review sake, today we're reviewing Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Uncharted 4, the fourth installment, obviously, to the Uncharted series, where we play as Nathan Drake in his retirement from being a legendary treasure hunter, pretty much, or Indiana Jones in the gaming world. This game is a very linear action adventure, which actually is my favorite type of game to play. The linear, I don't really love the whole open world thing. I don't. I mean, I play anything like I said in the beginning of the video, but I love linear action adventure storytelling, and that's what this game exactly is, with a bunch of cutscenes and things going on. And oh man, one of the greatest things about this game, which God of War also did this, and I'll mention that in a God of War video someday. That there's no loading in this game. You literally go from the beginning to the end of the game with no loading. I mean, there's obviously like slow moments and all that, but there's no load screens at all in the game. I love that. Um, this game start off with Nathan Drake's retirement. You see him and his wife back at his house, chilling. He's out of the treasure hunting game, and then we learn that he has a brother. Nathan Drake has a brother that um, we thought has been gone for a long time, but he comes back and tries to get Nathan to go back into the treasure hunting business for the Henry Avery's long lost pirate treasure. That's pretty much the adventure there. You get some of these cutscenes where you see Nathan and his brother growing up in this orphanage where they really didn't like, or they were mischievous climbers and adventurers back then as well. Gameplay wise, this game has a lot of climbing, um, shooting, stealth elements. The stealth in this game is okay. It's automatic stealth, like when you go in bushes, you're automatically on the scene, and then you can just take people down. Recently, I did a Mafia 3 review. Mafia 3 stealth was better, but the action in this game is way better. Uh, Shooting people is more fun. It's very action packed. Graphics and cinematic greatness. Even this game is probably, I think, a 4 or 3 year old game now, and it still holds up to being one of the most beautiful games in the world to me. There's one scene or one place setting in particular. This game has a lot of great locations, a lot of great settings, but there's this, not really a spoiler, but there's this pirate ship graveyard of all these ships kind of broken down somewhere, and it just looks so cool to me where they are and how they're all there. And it's towards the end of the game, but it's one of the coolest looking things in the world. Not to say the rest of the game isn't great. You go to many awesome places. Um, this game has great pacing when it comes to the story. I feel like um, it was just a great, well told story from start to finish. Very intriguing. I always wanted to get to the next area, explore, and learn what Nathan Drake wants to learn. Uh, Story was kind of predictable, but I would say it's the worst cliche thing in the world. Um, Simple stealth, good gunplay, good cast of characters. I love the cast of Nathan Drake. Of Uncharted, really. Sullivan, his brother was alright, and Nathan Drake's wife. I can't think of her name right now for some reason, but she was cool. Sully's cool. I didn't mind the two villains. There's two kind of villains in the game. They were both interesting as well. There's a grapple hook in this Uncharted, unlike other past Uncharted, where you can grapple around and you could shoot while you're on the grapple hook. That's really fun. Um, Neat puzzles, just puzzles that make you feel smart when you get them. Any typical puzzle or Uncharted puzzle game areas you would see climbing sections. Nothing that I thought was too hard or anything. Um, it was a lot of fun. There's driving sections in this Uncharted. Previous Uncharted didn't have driving. There was also where you could drive a boat. Pretty interesting, cool areas. This game is like I said, linear. It's got some openness to it. There's like two areas that are pretty open, but you kind of don't know if you're going to continue the story or you're on the side area. So you might actually continue on and not mean to, but it's really just a linear game, all about the story. Not many. There's no side missions, no side areas. There's only things to do on the side is some optional dialogues, useless collectibles. Like this game. I actually really like collectibles in most games. This game just has no reason to collect the collectibles. There's absolutely no upgradable RPG elements in the game. You can't craft any weapons. Can't make your weapons better. Can't get anything new as time goes on. Wish that was different. Even more recent Tomb Raiders games have done that. Um, I would say my overall biggest gripe with this game is it just adds absolutely nothing to Nathan Drake's life story. Like, it's supposed to be it's Uncharted 4 Thieves End. It's supposed to be the send off of Nathan Drake, and it just adds nothing to his. Didn't add any character development. Didn't add nothing to him. It was a good story. It's a good game to stand on its own, but as the fourth installment and the send off of this character, it just added nothing. Uh, that was a pretty big letdown. But I mean, that's just me saying that's a letdown. Everything else was pretty flawless in this game. There's a lot of climbing going on in between in between fighting sections. So if you don't love climbing, you won't love that. Um, I could tell this was a very passionate game, though, even though I said it didn't add anything to Nathan Drake's life. That is true, but it did have a lot of details in the game. Excuse me, every single area was detailed. Um, I really did like the epilogue where you play as. Well, I can't spoil that, but I really loved the epilogue. It was very humbling. Um, it added more to Nathan Drake than anything else did in the game. Not to say that it added much, but it did add something to him. It was just a good story, action, adventure. Very linear, simple. You don't get great games like this these days all the time. And it was a really blast playing this game. Not too long. The longest Uncharted by far, though, but not too long of a game itself. It even has some decent multiplayer. Uh, yeah, I would say coming down to the final verdict, it's almost a perfect game, especially because it's the type of game I like. But like I said, it didn't add anything to Nathan Drake's life. I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, my final verdict's an 8 out of 10. Almost a 9 um, on the graphics. The graphics were very amazing. All that stuff. It was a very great game. I recommend it, but 8 out of 10. Just didn't add much. Some things are memorable, not everything. It was very fun though. Thanks so much for watching. Getting towards the end. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let your friends know about the channel. Let me know what what games you guys want to see me review. Um, Pretty much play anything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.